Hi, my name is Steve Schwetz. I'm the managing broker for Mesa Properties, and with me today is...
Michael Melendez. I'm one of the real estate agents.
And he's more than just a real estate agent. He's actually our sales manager up in the high desert, does a great job. And shameless plug, you're also bilingual, aren't you?
Yep, sure am.
All right. I'm not, so you got to talk to him if you speak Spanish. But besides that, what we're going to be talking about today is a little bit about HOAs and whether or not you should buy a home in an HOA. So starting with the basics, Michael, what does HOA stand for?
So HOA stands for Homeowners Association.
Okay, and then that's based on the name. Obviously, people are getting together and kind of controlling what happens inside a designated area where real estate's owned.
Exactly. So you're gathering homeowners, and they're all saying, you know what, this is what we want our neighborhood to look like, and this is the way we want it to operate.
Right. So that's kind of cool, because what are some of the advantages of being in an HOA?
Well, one of the biggest advantages is the fact that you're not really going to have to worry about things getting run down. You know,
right?
Things are going to be well kept. The grass is going to be cut. You know, home values, you know, are typically more stable, because if someone starts to slack off, you know, and starts, you know,
lets their yard die,
exactly,
the paint on their house starts looking terrible, or they want to paint a really radical color like Day-Glo green or something like that. They can't do that, right?
Exactly.
Right. So that's one of the advantages. That's probably the biggest advantage, I would think. What are some of the disadvantages?
So the biggest disadvantage is cost.
Yeah.
You know, how much is it going to cost
to
keep these things maintained? Whether it's a park, you know, a pool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of different amenities.
Security gates, and oftentimes in an HOA, the HOA, as opposed to the city, pays for the paving and maintenance of the streets and the street lights and things like that. So HOA owners get to pay the city taxes, and then they get to pay the HOA taxes too to maintain their own stuff.
Exactly.
So that's the other thing. So that's the pros and cons. What thing do most buyers not look at in an HOA that they need to be aware of before buying into an HOA with real estate?
Well, one of the important factors is doing some homework and figuring out whether that HOA has a reserve fund.
Okay.
So, do you want to elaborate on
Yeah, I mean, the reserve fund, and it's not just the fund. It's the way it works is you got to make sure that your HOA has enough money to fix the common area things. A lot of times with single-family residential, not a big deal. The expenses are not that big. But if you're buying into an HOA that's a condominium complex, as an example, and the HOA maintains the roof, and you're looking at buying a house in there, a condo in there, and they're on year 28 of their roof life, and so in the next couple of years they're going to have to put on a new roof, and they haven't done what you referenced, an adequate reserve amount, where they've been putting money away for the last 28 years to pay for that very big one-time expense, you could sometimes be subject to a special assessment, and it's a like it or not, you're going to have to pay it. Unlike in your own house, you could kind of put off the roof for a while. When the HOA decides to move, and if there's not the money, you're going to have to pay for it. So that's the biggest thing to watch out for, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So if you have any questions about buying your first home, buying a second home, anything to do with real estate, we would love to talk with you at Mesa Properties. Go ahead and give Michael a call anytime. Thanks for watching this video.
Take care.